welcome back, Divine Family. If you are new here, then I'm Sister Outspoken, spiritual advisor and transformational coach. And this channel is dedicated to advancing your spiritual practice and helping you operate as your most unique, authentic, and divine design self. All right? So, today we're talking about the astrological transits. This is your astrotherapy session for now, okay? So we're going to talk about some very intense transits that may be affecting you in a strong way and how the cosmic flow is always in your favor. We're going to talk about how yesterday you were empowered to set you up for the challenges you may experience today, okay? And then we'll talk about some maybe healthy, if you're to help you identify if you're on the healthy or non-healthier side, and if you're on a non-healthier side, some things you can do to assist you with that, so you can be in your divine self and empowered. Let's start with yesterday, okay? First off, we had Mars and Midhaven in Sagittarius trining with North Node and Chiron in Aries. What does that mean? So that means that you have a strong energy right now and putting focused energy on your career path and with your warrior spirit in general that has to do with your philosophies, with your religion, with your spirituality, and your understanding of that, and standing on that strongly and effectively in a fiery free way. And then in conjunction with it being in your midhaven, how are you applying that to your career path? How is that energy connective with your career path? And then you're being empowered by the North Node in Aries. So Aries is all about being competitive, taking on challenges, moving forward in life. Trying being the best. They bang their head once, they're not trying to make the same mistake twice. You know, that kind of energy and being ambitious. So being empowered and ambitious and ready to take on the challenges of your spiritual warrior. And allow that to be a strong sense within your path. And then with Chiron being in Aries and trining, that's whatever it is that you went through, and when it came to taking on challenges, your ambitions, and even how you look at yourself in these regards, you learn those lessons. You went through those wounds, and you're still walking this path. And you can help others on this path as you are a spiritual warrior with the wounds they may have went through in the midst of challenges. That's the energy you are empowered with, right? And along with that, all of that going on, then you had Venus trining with Saturn, right? Venus in Scorpio, Saturn in Pisces. So what energy was that? So along with you going through all this warrior energy, spiritual warrior, taking the path ambitiously energy, when it comes to your values and your relationship, your love life is going through a complete transformation. You're going within the depths of yourself and understanding the darkness to understand the light, shedding things in order to rebirth, and clipping some things off so that you can have the love life that you want. You can experience a different scale of values within your love life. But it depends on how far you are with your spiritual discipline. Because it's training, it's empowered by where you're at spiritually. So if you were not doing the spiritual work, if you were not disciplined in those regards when it comes to your creativity, your imagination, your ability, your romance, because that Pisces energy is romantic as well, it's poetic and romantic, and deep spiritual and involve, consciousness, can go deep into the understanding of the collective in a subconscious way. you know if you have been doing your spiritual practice and disciplined in that, then you have a higher scale of values and your love language and your love life will transform over the next month, and in a good way, But if you have not been doing your spiritual disciplines and you've been on the dark side of Pisces, you've been very delusional. You've been very delusional. You have like been locked in a closet within yourself, maybe even depressed, and you kind of don't know what to do and where you're at, and you're going through a complete tower moment, and you understand tarot, and everything is just crumbling down right now to set up for you to rebuild later. But it comes with you taking the time to go into the deepest depths of yourself and do your spiritual work. Okay? So that was yesterday. So that was all the empowerment of yesterday, right? Today, we are still being empowered when it comes to the spiritual warrior within us. What we stand on religiously, philosophy, all of those things, and that fiery freedom to not be boxed in by it, but stand on the truth of it, to stand on the factuals of it. But at the same time, that Sagittarius energy is about having fun too. That freedom is like a youthful freedom, right? And then that youthful energy of Aries, because Aries is the first, it is the first constellation, the first sign, the first house, you know? So it represents yourself, but it is competitive and ambitious, but in the youthful way, ready to hit their head and go through whatever comes with it type of energy, you know? So, and how you view yourself when you stand with yourself in that regard. The challenge we're going through today that I want to talk about, it's always different challenges going on, but that I want to talk about today, because I saw the setup within the movement of the cosmos. So today you're being challenged. You have the moon now squaring off with Saturn in Pisces, and then you have Venus deciding to square off with Neptune, right? So, and Neptune is also in Pisces. So we have a lot of intense spiritual energy happening here. You're going to do spiritual warfare within yourself. So let's talk about this, right? So after all that empowerment yesterday, like, were you disciplined? Did you do your spiritual practices and now have an evolved state of understanding of your values and what you would like to see in your love life? And it's also your finances too. Um, and just what you find beautiful in life. That's Venus, the beauties of life, like that transformational process. Today, it's like, okay, I'm going to challenge you emotionally with that moon, and we're gonna really look at your secrets. We're gonna really look at your secrets, and if you're ready, if you were disciplined or not on your spiritual practice to even emotionally be able to handle standing on this, or are you where are you at? What aspect of your warrior spirit is going to show based on your emotional highs and lows, and if you've done the work to be in a center space to be able to effectively move within that fiery freedom, or are you delusional, or are you just out of the box, are you just tripping? Just fiery emotional because you did not do the discipline. You did not discipline and learn within your creativity, within your spiritual practices, within your understanding reality and not reality, creating your reality. You know, you want to emotionally feel that and be challenged on that. It doesn't mean that it has to be a negative thing, depending on the work that you have been doing. So, but you will be challenged. That's going to be an intense energy right now. And then at the same time, that Venus in Scorpio was like, yeah, and what's up, Neptune? you know, if you are part of, culture that I grew up in, or aspects of the culture that I grew up in, part of our terminologies when we say squaring off or, squared up, that is a term that means you went into your fighting stance. So when I hear that and knowing that the squares represent challenges within the astrological transits, they squared up, they ready to fight. Like, what's up? They checking your energy. So and where you're at in that regards. So Venus is and Neptune, they want to get catty, okay? Because those are not like aggressive planet energies, but they challenging each other. So what that means is if you are not, because you got that Scorpio and that transformative energy within your love life, looking at your dreams, your deepest depths, your imagination, your spirituality, you know, and all of that, you will be having bad dreams right now, seeing things in your dreams in a very intense way. It's very possible to be giving you signs of what you should be doing and within your love life, and challenging. Have you done the transformational processes? Have you If you've done the discipline, you've been empowered by the discipline. So for those of you who have been doing the discipline, so now that you're getting that challenge, it's like, look, my imagination is abundant. Like, I've been doing my spiritual work. All my dreams are ready to come true. Challenge me with it. Challenge me with the dreams. Challenge me with the deepest depths of spirituality. Challenge me. See where I am with my love, my ability to love, what I see and value to be love. Because I have went into my depths and I know what my values are. For those that have been in their warrior spirit to that depth, then they're at peace with the challenge. For those who are not, you're very shaken up. You're all over the place. You're thinking about all these different things. You're in your head. You're imagining, daydreaming, and going through a lot. It can be very intense while still feeling the energy to stand on something, to move forward, to be ambitiously going forward. But you may not be ready for that. So now let's talk about some different things we can look at to see where you may be at within this energy or not. Hey, okay. So now let's get into the astral therapy of it, the holistic alignment to assist you during these intense transits. Okay, so when I think of all of that fierce, fiery, driven energy, right? I think of the root. How do you know if your root is off balance or if you're taking on too much pressure, right? So the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, am I feeling pressured about my life, my projects? Do I feel like I just want to hurry up and just rush and get things done to get out of the pressure of working, out of the pressure of this project or this thing or that thing? Like, you just want to get away from the pressure. That's a sign that you may be have a strong energetic conditioning, and either by your surroundings of other people that may be putting their root chakra stress ball energy onto yours, and you're taking in that pressure. Or if you are a defined root chakra individual, you can find that in your human design chart or body graph. If you are a defined root chakra and you already have pressure within that space, a fixed amount of pressure for your drive and pushing energy forward, then you need to make sure that you're not causing pressure. Like, you're not just like just pressure, on the energy of others, or and allowing it on yourself either. And you have to make sure that you're releasing some energy, because you just restraining can be bad on your health, right? You have to release some energy. And it doesn't mean just hurry up and finish it and rushing projects. No, because some things need their time and you have to treat it a certain way. Get out of rush, okay? Be grounded. And sometimes to do that, you have to learn how to release energy in a healthy way. One way to do that is movement, right? You can do that with dance. I'll give you a couple things you can do to move your root chakra and ground yourself, and just kind of release some energy. Here's a couple things you can do. Okay, you guys. So, if you are a man, right, and you're trying to release some energy within your root, so I'll show you a couple things I learned in after men's class. I started teaching the men. So, thrust, thrust. I know somebody's thinking like, what? Thrust, dance. It's really is dance, but your movements are thrusting forward. Pelvis out, pelvis forward. Okay? You can do some winds too. Like the women can do some winds. Women and men can do the winds. All right? So both of you do the winds. Okay? Do your winds. Men thrust, men thrusts, and women vibrate. 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 Vibrate it out. And you get to twerk on too, okay? Women twerk and vibrate, men thrust, you both can wind, and that'll help you release some of that root chakra tension. Okay. And then after that, after you release some energy, then come and sit. Sit, meditate, focus energy on your root chakra and grounding. Feel a space of heat and warmth there. And then go up one chakra at a time and feel an orbed heat as you send energy there and you hold it there for how long for each one. And that doesn't mean don't breathe, but just feel the energy and send the energy there and go all the way up to your crown, one chakra at a time. Okay, so that you can feel more imbalanced and grounded from the root up. All right. So let's go into something else that may be affecting you. Oh, and because the root chakra and is affects your adrenaline, right? And what does your adrenaline do? It helps to regulate your immune system, your blood pressure. It helps blood and oxygenation get into your muscles and your lungs, your heart, organs and things of that nature. So it puts you in beast mode, and it also puts you in a survival mode as well to make decisions on fight or flight. It gives you the energy, and when you decide, do you need to fight right now, or do you need the energy to flee as fast as possible? Okay, so it puts you in beast mode, and you need to understand your balance. And if you are running or not, which we'll talk about in a second. We'll talk about that in a second. But so your adrenaline, the gland that produces these hormones is at the top of your kidneys. How do you help with that? You make sure that that's going healthy and you're not imbalanced in that way. Decrease your alcohol during this time as you're getting a lot of energy surge in that area. Number two, add some avocado, some blueberries, cranberries, and maybe some raspberries to help your kidneys function appropriately, effectively at the highest state, and a lot of water. Okay? So, a lot of water, some cranberries, some blueberries, raspberries, buy pure juice. You can have it all together or make some juice or just eat it, you know, and just get it in your body. Avocados, all of that is good for your kidneys, okay? Which, where this gland lives. So let's protect our root. Second, also, Also, since you're going to be dealing with a lot emotionally, with that moon being in Sagittarius and that fiery energy, if you are an emotional authority person, somebody who makes emotional decisions as your strength, you can also find that within your human design chart. If you are one of those people, do not feel forced to make fast decisions. Okay? Do not feel forced to do so. If you are feeling right now like you're just you're running from truth, You're running from confrontation. You just don't want to be bothered with that. You're even lying about how you feel about things to avoid confrontation. You're not healthy with your solar plexus. That energy center is off balance and is being overconditioned by the energy of others, and you're not in alignment and strong within your unique self and your godliness. Okay, and you're going to be feeling a lot of that energy and pressure with that root chakra being affected so strongly right now. Okay, and that fight or flight energy, you're going to be forced to be making those decisions. And sometimes this warrior spirit, that Aries, that's ruled by Mars, that Sagittarius, you're in warrior spirit right now. The cosmos says go. The cosmos says understand what you stand for. It's not flea time. Unless you just completely were not doing your spiritual practices, you completely are not within a certain level of depth and peace within yourself, and you're gonna be out just wilding. It doesn't even make sense. Your philosophies are nowhere to be seen. Then okay, you need to take it back a second and go into a healing state right now, so that you can stand in your power. All right, because when you are in your power and your solar plexus is in alignment and is strong, then you are um, not identifying with the highs and lows of the emotions as you go to make a decision. You're not allowing others' emotions to push you and to make fast decisions. You're feeling the emotions and waves of life and the waters, your inner waters, and allowing them to be and balance out as you make decisions in life and decide to move. Others are not moving you, and they're not moving your emotions. You're at a state of peace and being centered to move more effectively. This also helps you with your clairsentience, which helps you feel the emotions and the energy of surrounding beings. This could be beings with a three-dimensional suit, like the human suit, or beings that have a higher dimensional frequency suit, or humans, people who have lived the human experience that no longer have a suit. Okay, that live within spirit realm. This helps you be able to detect it. That particular chakra assists you in detecting those beings, those presences, and you have to be aware of that. Okay, of just feeling people and feeling the being. So, how do we help if you are out of alignments? Okay, so a couple things. Um, food again, the berries, because the solar plexus can affect your digestion, right? You can either be constipated or you can be having, diarrhea or something like that. Foods, let's talk about the foods first. So if you're experiencing constipation, but I see work with that besides prunes. Everybody know you can put some prune juice and you're gonna go. Berries in general. So those same berries, the blueberries, the cranberries, and this and that, it'll help you have a flow. It will. You can throw in some dates or some figs or something, but the berries will help you your digestion um, continue to move. And not necessarily like a blah 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 kind of way, but it will assist you in that regard. If you're constipated, um, no, that was constipation. If you are experiencing the other side and things are becoming more loose because you know how the energy is affecting you, then bananas, plantain. It'll knock it out. If you're having diarrhea or something looser, bananas, plantain. It'll help. Um, it definitely will help. What else? Even avocado, if I'm not mistaken. I think avocado will help with that too. So those things, those balancing of things in your body will help you throughout this time. The berries, the avocado, bananas, it will help you during this time. I know some healers don't utilize bananas. It's not good for you. Maybe use plantain. It's more easier to find organic plantain. Um, yeah. So that's foods, right? And of course, drinking a lot of water. And then yoga sequences and yoga asanas. So let me think: boat pose, camel pose. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? Bow pose. Those are all good for creating flow within your solar plexus and opening that chakra up and then helping you cleanse out what is there as well. So that's what the flow is all about, the opening and the flow. Okay. What else? Crystals, citrine, pyrite, and yellow or gold type crystal healing stones. Charge them, meditate with them in your lap. Okay, so you can do your asanas, your yoga asanas, which are the yoga positions, and then sit and meditate with your crystals and charge your space and heal your space. Okay, another thing, wearing yellow and your Shun energy. Hey, for the men, it's not maybe not a Shun energy for you, but which I tried to help you guys with today. But seeing yellow, gold, having that around you, that will assist you with your solar plexus energy. All right. So I think that's everything as far as my suggestions to help you stay in balance and love yourself. Love yourself. And loving yourself, you understand your values. You understand your love language. You understand what needs to be left behind and what needs to go forward with you. Love yourself, because in loving yourself is what makes you do your spiritual work, which makes you not afraid of your depths, which makes you not afraid of things that make you cry in order to move forward. Because sometimes you have to purify. You can't run from everything. That's not what makes you a strong warrior. You must train. You must understand in order to have peace. And they like, how do you have peace and be a warrior? The greatest warriors have peace. They don't have to rah rah to get the point across and to get things done and slice a head off. Just period. I just thought, Professor Sahelia, my nephew Shihan, she teaches the mantra, I come in peace, but I will leave you in pieces. Understand that as you deal with your solar plexus and your root, and you understand your spiritual warrior, because that is the energy that is shining hard and intensely on you right now. I'll even do a couple videos today about channels or gates regarding your warrior spirit for those of you who have it, so you can truly be embodying this energy. Okay? So peace and love, you guys. And I hope that benefited, helped with something, and I'll see you soon.